Hello and welcome back. It's not often that I go and make a follow-up video immediately after making an initial hands-on review video, but I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun playing this game last night. I just couldn't stop. And there's so much more going on than initially hands-on reviewed. I don't know how to say that. Than I initially had my hands on. So, first of all, there's just things I didn't experience yet. As you see, implants and things like that, I didn't get there yet, and now I'm there. And it's a whole nother level of the game. You're adding different effects, well, basically there's sets of, I guess, armors or whatever you want to call it, but they're themed, and you can build up like synergies. It gets so complex. It's so much more than I had initially said it was. So right off the bat, go watch the other video, because it's just like, it'll catch you up. You'll see what I was missing out on. Another thing, I was having issues with the fighting. I've been fighting slow as shit the whole time, and I kept saying, oh, they don't let you lock on. How come there's no lock on button? This is supposed to have like fast flowing combat. Well, turns out there is a lock on button, and I will discover that soon enough. It made the flow of combat change, because I went from being like doing all right to actually understanding the flow of the game, because things were not working right and it wasn't making sense. And I thought it was because I was just starting out low leveled, but it turns out that I wasn't good. I had to get good. So there's so much more depth to this. When you're choosing your path, there are more pathways to unlock. Basically you unlock more as you go, and as in most rogue fashions, every time you die, you come back with some kind of currency that you can use. And sure enough, that once you start really unlocking stuff, that's how you unlock the rest of the game. So as you can see here, you pick your path. Do you want that one, or do you want a sidearm? You can have up to a melee weapon, a sidearm, and a primary, and then you have your options to upgrade or get new ones, and they're random. But again, there was a bunch of stuff that is not in my first video that is actually, like, I already thought the game was good before, but now the game is like 10 times better than it was in my mind, in my eyes, whatever you want to call it. I have not yet figured out the combat flow thing yet, so some of this footage is going to just be pretty basic. As you can see, I'm just like kicking and moving, slowly. I'm not getting it, and every once in a while, if an enemy is close enough, I'll fly across to them and do, a move or something. But there's usually, a way to lock on, and I kept trying to do that, and I couldn't figure it out, and then eventually I do. So let's skip ahead to some other footage. There are a few more things I was going to mention in the game, but I'll pick it up as they go. Real quick, as you see, like, I started with a weapon that has no mods. These weapons have mods. You're doing the rogue thing. You're constantly changing your weapons, getting upgraded. So don't get married to anything. Just learn the combat and the flow. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Of course you are.
What is this fucking accent this guy has? Oh, he's so fucking annoying. Anyway, get used to that, because he talks forever. You're just going through the levels, man. It's a little bit different every time, too. It definitely is a procedurally generated situation. Oh my god, I fucking hate the guys that shoot. I'm not that great at the game yet, but you don't have to be. It's one of those you know, situations where as long as you don't give up, you're going to keep doing better. Because the whole goal is to just get a little bit better each time and upgrade something and work towards upgrading more or unlocking more perks and upgrades, which as you unlock them, unlock more things. What the? Do you see that? You see how crazy brutal that was? That's why I love this game. And then, as you can see, I can pick between different body parts, and some of them synergize depending on what set they're from. I don't know that any of mine are going to synergize right now, but you have like Blur is usually like speed related, Guardian is defense related, Gunslinger obviously is related to your guns, and they do different things. Like right now, the chest piece I have gives me that little drone. I'm gonna go with this piece because it seemed like the best sounding effect. But eventually, you can be like fully like decked out. Whoop, here I go. I just cleared the area again. I get another one. Ooh, left arm. So that left arm throws knives, which obviously sounds way better than the other two things. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's very similar to, you know, getting your onion in Vampire Survivors or garlic, whatever. But it's like getting, you know, the things that do extra projectiles around you and all that. You can eventually build that up. I haven't reached that point yet, and it's crazy how quickly after making the initial hands-on review video, I immediately like started getting new stuff and unlocking different things where I was like, oh shit, I should have put this in my original video. Oh, this guy's gonna talk over me again. There you go, primary weapon, or I guess that's the money. So I'm not gonna go for that one. I'm gonna go for the weapon because we don't have a primary. I don't really like the primaries. It's kind of weird. You have to like aim with the. I mean, it's like a first-person shooter. You aim with the L2 and then you shoot. But like in the middle of the combat, it's very weird. However, now that I know how to lock, whoa, that shadow strike is weird. What the? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm getting too shot up. Anyway. Again, it's about mastering the flow of combat, and once you get that down, you're pretty good. See right there, I should be able to move faster, and I eventually I can, and I just love burning. Oh my god, I'm supposed to be parrying those attacks, but I'm trying to muscle my way through everything. It's working, but now I have 1 HP. All right, so we could pick a primary. That one's fully decked out, so I think I'm going to go with that one. Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike! Alright, yeah, we'll go with that. And see if we can use it before we die. I don't know. Anyway, the game has so much more than I mentioned in my initial hands-on, and it's an amazing game, and you just got to keep going. Alright, that's a melee weapon or another sidearm. Melee, please. Yeah, another just new area. It has to be randomly generated, and there's so many elements that I don't understand still, like that thing, that circle right there. Is that for me to stand in or not? Doesn't matter. I died, but either way, that's the point. It just every time I do a run, it's different or something's new, and then you just keep upgrading. And then right here, duelist, implant set unlocked, Finra. So you get more implants unlocked as you play, as well as the weapons and the perks. And then there are perks in the tree that unlock upgrades to the actual prison world. So it's way more in depth than it seemed like at first. Also, your character looks identical to the YouTuber AngryCops, which is hilarious and ironic because he's known for his brutal takedown videos. of taking down criminals in a physical fashion, and this is literally, it's like if he got put in prison, it's just him beating up all the other inmates. Anyway, that's the way I see it. It's AngryCops, the video game, which only makes sense if you're aware of who that is, so that's an inside joke for me. Anyway, like I said, you just, like, right there. Now I can pick a melee weapon before I start, so starting the matches, I'll be even more set up before we go in. But I think that also seems to make it harder because the game seems to have gotten a little bit more difficult already. But see, tower upgrade, you unlock upgrades to the actual tower. I'm not going to go through all these because A, I don't want to spoil myself, and B, look at how freaking huge it is. There's so many things to unlock in this, so they definitely want you to just keep playing it. And I haven't even gotten to a boss yet, so no idea what that's going to be like. I just wanted to hit some of the things that I missed before, which is A, the combat. You know what? Hang on. Let me edit. Hold up. Magic of editing. I'm sorry. Some of these fighting sequences are just so freaking brutal. I had to stop for a second. This isn't the point that I was trying to get to, but look at that. Oh my god. The double baseball bats are my favorite. Just, oh my god. Look at this shit. It gets a little chaotic, but like, oh, so good. Anyway, just had to mention how brutal the combat is. So here's another thing. There's like these. Sometimes you got these machines in the in-between world or in-between stage. It's like a gambling machine, and definitely not worth it unless it is. I don't know. I haven't won one yet, so I don't do it. But you can gamble before you pick your path. But still, I have not discovered that I can lock on to the enemies, which is what I was trying to get to. So let's cut to that real quick. One second. Well, hang on. Look at this. Look at this. Just fucking brutal. Oh god. I don't know what triggers the special attacks, but you can also do special attacks, and sometimes you can like grab them and bust their heads open or rip something out or do some things. But oh god, the combat is just so brutal. And wait till I can start flying across the room because you're missing out on the best part. All right, editor. this is the moment. This is the fight where I realized I could lock on and travel across the screen. This whole fucking time, it was just a matter of holding the L1 button. See, it said press L1 to target an enemy, but it never made sense. And then it was saying hold L1 to lock on, but I didn't, like, there was another screen earlier in the game that said L1 did something else. So I never pressed it. I never pressed it. And then one time I pressed it and held it, and it turns out if you just hold L1, like, that's what the little shields at the bottom are for. That's why one of the load screens says that that's used for jumping between enemies, and I didn't understand how it was being used. Thought it was automatic. Turns out, nope. You gotta use the buttons. So, when you lock on, the combat changes, and it actually is like Arkham Asylum. Almost exactly like it's that combat style that they perfected and invented. It works right. That's what I was trying to say. This whole video was just to say that the combat flow actually does work right. You can lock on, and you do ping pong around enemies, beating the shit out of everything, and that just raised the game for me again. So this is the initial following up my hands initially reviewing this game, not AngryCops. Love you, bye.
Morgan, my grandma could beat them. And she's dead.